Hi, I'm Jennifer, the traveling publisher. Thanks for finding me again here at the intersection of publishing and RVing. It's my dream to help you advance your goals to become a published author and an RVer. Today we're going to talk about a really interesting topic that comes up a lot. A lot of people don't understand the difference in the three publishing P's, which is what's the difference between a publisher, a printer, and a promoter. We're going to talk about that in just a second, but first, if you enjoy this content, please consider posting a comment or question, or liking these videos, or better yet, consider subscribing. Please stick around to the end when we'll do top tip time. But first, so a lot of people actually think that these three people is one person, and I guess that's possible. It could be one company, but even that's quite rare. More often than not, as you bring your book to life, you're going to have a publisher, a printer, and a promoter. These are three very different skills requiring three very different types of equipment, three very different backgrounds, and it's almost maybe not ideal to have them all in the same person. And so let's talk about them each in turn. So your publisher is someone like me. I'm an independent publisher. You'll find me in real life at breakcommunications.net. It's my pleasure and privilege to take your book from idea, where you might be now, all the way through to finished books in your hand on Amazon and available to order everywhere books are sold. The publisher you can think of as the creator. It's the person who brings your book to life. The next P is the printer. The printer is the person who literally prints your books. Like, that could not be simpler. Sometimes a printer might have an element of being also a distributor. And so there's two different types of printers. There's print-on-demand printers, which are also usually distributors. That's companies like Ingram Spark and Amazon KDP. They can print your book, and then they also distribute it, which means get it to where you want it to go, where it can be sold, such as on Amazon, to retailers, or even to libraries. The other type of printers we often call bulk printers, and those are printers that tend to only print in larger quantities, like 500 or more, and they're normally not distributors. When they print your book, they're going to send them somewhere, perhaps to your basement, where you will store them, keep them safe and clean, and then as you get orders, you would then be your distributor, distributing the books to places that it needs to be. The last P is promoting. And your promotions person, that's often needs to be someone who's very skilled. That's the person who tells people about your book. So you're looking for someone who is just a natural promoter, an extroverted person who has a lot of contacts, a lot of connections in the publishing world and beyond, a person who has a lot of arrows in her quiver, who has a lot of ideas. Maybe she uses social media, maybe she'll help you with the newsletter, maybe she'll help you do speaking engagements, maybe she'll help you create a workshop. Maybe she'll help you do events. So that promoter is really key. Frankly, that promoter might be you. And you are the best promoter for your book, honestly, because nobody loves your book more than you, hopefully. Nobody has a more of a vested interest in selling your book than you. And so perhaps don't think of it as selling. That kind of makes some writers cringe. Think of it as sharing. You've created something of value that was going to help other people. Share it with people, tell them about it, share about it. So those are the three P's: publishing, printing, and promoting. If you have questions, please put them in the comments. I'd love to answer. And I'm grateful you stuck around, because it's now top tip time. So today's top publishing tip is, when you're writing a book, it can be really hard and grindy if you're just writing and getting the stuff out of your head and you're putting words on the page. So what I recommend is vary your tasks a little bit. Sure, spend time writing, but also spend some time, maybe if you feel a little less like writing, spend some time doing research. Maybe spend some time editing, going back and reading your material. You're probably going to hire an editor, or at least have some free beta editors edit, but you also are going to edit your book. Read it aloud. It helps see how it sounds to you. And another task you might consider doing is becoming a little bit of that self-promoter. Take some time, grab a notebook or a note on your phone, and start to list people you know, places you go, things that you read, things that you love, connections that you have, anybody that in the future you're going to want to tell about your book. Just start a list, ideally of email addresses. So mix it up. Don't be the same boring, grindy all day long. Next, let's do a top tip for RVing. This is a funny one that I have carried over from my normal travel. I like to have dedicated bags for things. Almost think of it as like kits. So like, for example, for RVing, I have a big bag that is only tableware, dishes and cups and silverware. I have another bag that's only pots and pans. I have another bag that's spices and things like that. So having dedicated bags like that helps me stay organized, especially with traveling where you don't use this stuff all the time. It's kind of packed away most of the year. When I need to use it, I want to be able to grab it and go, and I want to know where it is and be able to find it easily. So I know, oh, for this trip I need this. I need my pot and pan bag, and I need my silverware bag, but maybe I don't need the spices bag. Helps. Well, thanks for being here, friends. Again, consider liking and subscribing, and I hope to see you on Amazon someday and at the campground. Have a great day. Bye-bye.